So I always say, hey, you gotta go. I always call out say it's the three: machine, user, material.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I just wanted to make that point because I know
No,
you
for
guys
sure.
are
It's a
talking
good
about
point.
user era, but
And
sometimes it's material era.
and like when I hear that, Jason, it's like I really hope that people are robbing themselves of the enjoyment of the process of building, that you're chasing that.
Ah,
You know,
yep.
I'm so
like
glad you said that because that was
like
the
I
biggest
was
reason I wanted to do this.
so one of my most favorite things to do is by far my most favorite festival is the HL850 planer. I love that thing. I love it.
All
Like
right.
I'm not near my fest tools right now, so that I can say this because they won't hear me. But the HL850, that's my favorite. But I have a stack of just old white oak firewood that's just it was there from last season. I never used it. I was walking by it today. I was like, man, I really just want to take one of these things and just go play with the planer. Like because I have the bench unit, I have the angle unit, I have all of the accessories for the HL850. And I was like, man, I just want to go like make some passes on some firewood, like just to see if I can make a square piece of stock.
Have you done a video on that yet, Ben?
What on the
HLA
HL850?
50?
No,
Oh my God! Please do it.
I love.
Please,
God, I love that
just
thing, man.
do it.
he
Go
he
through,
loves that
go
planer,
through
but I think he loves his
everything.
motorcycle a little bit more.
Oh
now.
my God! Just do it.
I do love that
Because
HL850.
that is an unsung hero at
I
festival.
love that thing.
That thing's bad to the bone.
I used,
Okay.
I used it for the first time on the bathroom.
Yeah, on your studs. That's right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I derailed us.
And I'm
But
sorry.
no,
I
back to the
went off
enjoyment.
on
Like,
that.
Thanks a lot, Sedge.
I don't know, man.
Whatever.
Go ahead, man.
Whatever.
I don't know, man.
Go
Like,
ahead.
I mean, granted, I'm not a professional anymore. I don't do this for, I don't make pieces to get paid anymore. I just do it whenever I want to. Like, if I want to enjoy something, and like, like Jason, you were talking about the combo, the joiner plater combo that you have. I'm gonna check square, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Like, I just can't imagine toiling away at a tool trying to get absolute perfection because it's like, what are the tolerances that it was built for? Like think of the M16. Okay, whenever the United States or maybe it was the Department of Defense, set out the contract, they said, hey, we want a rifleman's weapon that is capable of hitting 18 inches shoulder to shoulder. We need 6 out of 9 rounds to hit shoulder to shoulder. So within an 18-inch radius, we need 6 out of 9 bullets to hit that at 600 yards. That's what we need. And so when all these different companies made the weapons, they made it that were within those tolerances. And so I would imagine that whenever companies are manufacturing whatever it is, that depends on a squareness of a cut or a plane, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure that when they go to their engineers, they're not saying, hey, we need laser precision. Like, no, we need something that can be made square or coplane within these tolerances. And so for some guy to or anybody to chase it, who's to say that you're chasing something that is not even physically capable or possible within the tolerances of whatever your equipment is? Like, I'm not trying to, crap on brands, but a Cobalt miter saw is made with like way larger tolerances than a Capex is. And I know that from personal experience. Like, I had one of those cheap Capex miter saws you bought from a big box store. There's nothing that you could do to get that thing to cut square. Nothing at all. But it's because it was made cheaply. It was made under pretty broad tolerances. And it's just, I'm not going to get consistent results.
Can I comment on that real quick?
No, you can't.
No, I think it's a good opportunity for some people listening.
I'm joking.
No, I like that you brought that up because I don't think a lot of people understand that. Tolerances is directly associated with cost of a tool. And a really, really, really good example of that would be Powermatic and Jet. It's essentially the exact same tool. However, one is sold at a lower price point. And the reason why that one is sold at a lower price point, but is essentially the same tool, is because the tolerances on it are much more lenient, and they do that much more loose, and they do that in order for them to bring the cost of production down. So Ben brought that up. I just when he said that, I was like, man, that'd actually be a really good point of discussion, because I don't think a lot of people truly understand that. They're like, well, why would I buy the Powermatic when I buy the Jet? Well, you're not buying the same tool. It's the same tool, kinda, but it ain't the same tool.
I wish I could take you guys to our manufacturing lines in Neidlingen, Germany.
I do too.
Because I will. Hey, we ought to do a podcast from there.
We should. I mean, my wife is German. I can go to Germany.
Guten Tag.
But
Guten Tag.
I will tell you the attention to detail and the attention to the tightest of tolerances that we have is amazing. And does it cost more? Absolutely.
Yeah, because the labor is much more intensive.
Oh my God. But it's amazing. I don't want to talk too much about that, but maybe someday I can loosen up and talk a lot more about it. But I'm going to tell you, I've been in that factory probably about a dozen times. And every time they have to drag me out of there because I just want to sit there and watch them, the different processes. And we're always tweaking processes to like changeovers and stuff like that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing process. But boy, we have it's a very high quality tool.
Thanks so much for watching this really small cut portion of our podcast. If you want to see the full video or listen to the full podcast, make sure you go to our Patreon page and become a $5 tier patron or higher. Or you can listen to the podcast on all the major podcast platforms as they become available. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.